give a couple of minutes to all the participants to join in and settle down. And then we will formally get started with today's discussion. However, it is not like we'll just be waiting and not utilizing this time. We will certainly be utilizing this time, and we'll use this time to understand about a very important thing, and that is how you can get the maximum benefit from this webinar, and that is by getting answers to all your questions, queries, or doubts that you may have. How can you do that? So down below in the interface, if you are joining through your laptop or desktop, you'll see there are two options down below towards the bottom. One says Q&A, capital Q, and then the and sign and A. So that is something which we are going to use for question answer. So if there is anything which is not clear to you, or if there's anything on which you would want to seek clarifications from me, so that is where you can use the Q&A option. And then there is another option again down below, which is chat. So chat is something that we will be using for interacting amongst ourselves. So if there's something wherein I need to understand what is your understanding or what is your perception about that particular element or particular point. In that case, we'll use that so that the this becomes an interactive session rather than just me talking here and just explaining to you. So that will help you understand the concepts in a better way. So we'll use Q&A for question and answer, and towards the end of the session, we will dedicate some time wherein we'll conduct that Q&A, and then chat is something which we'll be using for our interaction. In addition to interacting with me, you can also use chat to interact with other wonderful participants who are also business owners like you, who are joining us here today. And God knows, you may be able to find a buyer or supplier in this session as well. You may have heard this saying, your network is your net worth. And as a business owner or as a smart business owner, you should utilize any and all opportunities which are presented to you to network, and that's where you have a wonderful networking opportunity here. So utilize that. We always encourage our participants to network and connect with other business owners who are also part of the webinar here today. So you can start utilizing that. I can see already a few of the participants have taken the lead. So wonderful. Now, because I have shared this suggestion, so that's where I think it becomes my moral responsibility here, or my responsibility as well, that I should also start networking with other wonderful participants who are joining us here today. So just give me a quick second and I will start sharing my details in the chat. So just give me a quick second to do that. All right. So I am going to use the chat feature here and we will start interacting. Sorry, I just all right, so I've shared my details here with all the participants, and in one more minute, we'll get started with the discussion. That is something I believe you are all very excited. I'm equally excited to share the information with you. Unfortunately, I'm not keeping well today. I have a bad throat. So you may feel that there's a little lack in energy or delivery, but it is just because of the health reason. Otherwise, I'm extremely excited to share information with you. All right. So, one last point before we start the session here today, that is around a problem which has occurred in a few of my previous webinars, wherein and it sometime happens, or it mostly happens with participants who are joining through their smartphones. What happens when I start sharing the screen? Sometime the screen does not go full screen. So how do you fix that in case it happens with you as well? So in that case, there are two things which you can do. One is you can turn the device on. So it typically happens if you're holding your device in a portrait mode. Let me just go back a little bit. So if you're holding it like this and then I start the screen share, it does not go full screen and you're seeing it like very, very small window, and you certainly will not be able to see anything or understand anything. So the solution is, if you try to turn it around, if you try to hold it in a landscape mode, that lot of times fixes the issue. Just turning it around and holding it in a landscape mode fixes the issue. But in case if this also does not fix the issue, then you can step out and join back. That should certainly fix the issue. So that is a small suggestion I thought of sharing, because in previous sessions it has happened, and few of the participants had trouble seeing the screen. So I don't want that to happen to you. So I just thought of sharing the suggestions with you, or tips with you, so that in case it happens, you know what to do. All right, so this is where we'll get started with the session. I can see many of the participants have just joined, or they have just stepped into the meeting. So this is where let me welcome them as well. So once again, good evening and a warm welcome to all the participants in today's webinar. My name is Adnan. I'm Director SME E-commerce Growth at GlobalLinker. My functional or my focus area at GlobalLinker is digital commerce. In addition to my functional for my uh, digital commerce responsibilities, I actively work on sharing information and knowledge with business owners on how they can use digital and technology to grow their business. And in that contest, or as part of that initiative, I've been able to conduct about 400 such sessions and webinars in various countries, and had the wonderful opportunity of interacting with more than 12,000 business owners in various countries. So that was a brief introduction about myself. One philosophy that I believe in, and I think you will also agree, that in today's day and age, technology has not been a challenge, or a technology is no longer a challenge. The challenge is understanding how to use or how to leverage the technology so that it can benefit us and it can help us in achieving our goal and objective, which is to grow our business. And that is where all this lines back up, or it all joins back up. All these initiatives or all these webinars are conducted with the simple objective, so that you can also understand how to leverage digital to grow your business in the new normal. All right, so this is where we should formally get started. And in next few seconds, you'll start seeing my screen and we will proceed ahead. I'll just take quick seconds because I have to move the chat window to the other screen. So I have another monitor here. So if you see me looking at the side, so it does not mean I'm looking elsewhere. I'm just looking at the other monitor. So just give me a quick second to move the chat to the other screen, because if I start sharing the screen, then I will not be able to move the chat. So let me do that. So I've moved the chat. Now this is where I'm going to start sharing my screen, and we will proceed ahead with today's discussion. So there is a very small presentation that I've created. So we will firstly go through that presentation, and then we'll get into the step-by-step discussion. All right, so this is where let me start sharing my screen, and I can still see there are participants who are joining in. So welcome to the session. So this is where we are now starting to share the screen. Just give me a quick second and it will get started. So I'll request if any of the participant can confirm if you can see my screen. I've started the screen share. I'll really appreciate if any participants can confirm. Yes, I can see Akshay has confirmed. Vivek has also confirmed. So thank you everyone for confirming that you can see my screen. And I can hope I can see the uh, numbers on my screen. So audio also seems to be working fine. All right, so this is where we are going to begin today's discussion, and we are going to understand how to utilize the Indian Business Portal to grow your business, grow your export business. So without spending any more time, let's quickly go through the presentation. Now, the presentation that I've put together, it is just a two-slide presentation, and the simple objective behind creating this presentation is to help you understand the overall construct, because what I have observed, and this is something which I'm speaking based on my years of experience interacting with business owners. This is where if I'm just verbally telling you something, you may be understanding bits and pieces of it. So that's where I've created this presentation so that you can look at it visually while I'm explaining it, and you can understand the entire construct in a better way, because there are many components involved along with Indian Business Portal. A lot of time people find it difficult to understand what all components are there in the ecosystem. So on this slide, what I have done is I have explained to you how the process of joining Indian Business Portal works, and then how international buyers can be contacted or connected with what are the various channels which can help you do that. All right, so let's begin. So this is your business. This is where you can assume this is your business. Now you're wanting to do what? You're wanting to grow your business, grow your export business to be more precise digitally. And for that, you have come across or you have heard there's a platform by the Federation of All India Export Organization, which happens to be a premier export promotion body. It is called Indian Business Portal. Now, how do you join that platform? What is the process that you have to follow? So for that, you have to create something which is called a digital catalog. Now, what is a digital catalog? So, any suggestions from the audience? What do you think? I can see I've just see few comments that they are not able to see my screen. Is everyone? I just read a few comments that they're not able to uh, see the screen. Let me quickly do the screen share once again, because I can see it was working fine from my side. I'm not sure what is the issue. It can be internet connectivity issue. So let me just hide this one, and we'll do the screen share once again. All right, so all right, so we were on this stage. So perfect. All right, wonderful. I can see comments from the audience. So now coming back to the question, which while I was seeking your inputs, and I can see many of the members have responded. So what is a digital catalog? So many of the members have responded that it is a website or it is a e-catalog. Now let's understand this in a more detailed manner. And in fact, in the next slide, I've explained that in a more detailed manner. So we'll do that. But this is where your understanding is correct. We'll understand a little more detail. So once you have created your digital catalog, what next? You were trying to get onto Indian Business Portal so that you can connect with international buyers, right? So you can receive leads or inquiries from international buyers. That's what you were trying to do. So for that, you created your digital catalog. Now that digital catalog gets linked with Indian Business Portal, right? So it gets then linked with Indian Business Portal. So now you have a visibility, you have a presence on Indian Business Portal. So that's how you are going to join. Why am I explaining this process to you? Because this is where many people fail to understand the linkage. So you are creating your own digital catalog, and then your digital catalog gets linked with Indian Business Portal. Now, why are we making you all create your digital catalog? What is the reason behind that? So reason is very simple. We are trying to solve two challenges. One is bringing export or Indian exporters in the digital landscape so that they can be discovered and international buyers can do business with them. So that is obviously one objective, and also to solve for the digitization challenge. If you look around yourself, you'll find, or you must be knowing many exporters who don't have any digital presence. Forget about a website, they don't even have an email ID, right? So That is a very significant challenge if we want our export or exporters to grow and we want them to grow digitally, then making them digital is extremely important. And that is where digital catalog comes into play. So you are creating your digital catalog, you are creating your own digital presence as well. So it is not like you're just joining the marketplace called Indian Business Portal and you don't have any existence of your own. Certainly not. You are creating your own existence, you are creating your own website, and that website then gets linked with Indian Business Portal so that you are also creating your own digital entity. All right. So that is the overall construct. So it has your digital catalog and Indian Business Portal. Now comes the other question, that how does international buyer comes into this picture. So FIO, which is Federation of All India Export Organization, and other government efforts bring international buyers to Indian Business Portal, and that is where they can see your product and service offering and they can connect with you. At the same time, you can do your own digital marketing efforts and you can connect with international buyers, and then you can bring them to your own digital catalog. You're certainly not bringing them to Indian Business Portal, but you can bring them to your own digital catalog and do business with them. And there is one third component as well, and that is the community side of it, which is a business community with members from more than 150 countries. So you can do the business networking there, right? So similar to how you started exchanging information about your product or service offering, similar to that, you can do business networking on that community side, and you can connect and network. So here again, in terms of marketing terminologies, if you have to segregate them, then these are all pull activities which are happening. So international buyers are coming there or coming there. And this is the push activity wherein you yourself is rolling up your sleeves and you are going out and networking and connecting and trying to understand what their requirements are. And if you happen to be the supplier of their requirements, you are fulfilling those requirements. So that is the business networking side. So you can do both pull and push initiatives on this platform or on this overall construct. I'll be giving you or I'll be taking you through all the three components so that you have a clearer and better understanding. All right. Now, moving to understand more about this concept called digital catalog, because I can imagine many of the participants are still not clear. So, no worries. Digital catalog is a website or a computer file used to provide examples of person's work or product offerings by the business in a digital format. I'm just reading out the textual description which is written on the slide. But in simple common man's language, digital catalog simply means a website, but that website has few special capabilities. What are those special capabilities? So the first special capability is to showcase your product or services. It can showcase the information about your product and services. Now, while it is showcasing that information about your product or service offering, it can also do another thing, which is it can accept orders or generate leads for you. So it is not just showcasing information, hey, I manufacture this, not like that. It can also generate leads. So in case you want to generate inquiries, you don't want to receive orders like a e-commerce website, you want to generate leads. So in that case, you can do that. And second is you can receive orders in case you want to do e-commerce. You can also do that. And the third is something which we assume, or we are assuming that it should be there. That is, it can showcase information about your business as well, right? So it is showcasing information about your business, it is showcasing information about the product or services that you're offering, and it can generate leads and inquiries for you. All right. So that is a digital catalog. Now, how many types of digital catalog can be there? So it is depending on your imagination or your requirement. There are many types of digital catalogs that you can create. So broadly, if we have to classify these digital catalogs, so these are four types. They can generate leads for you, they can generate orders for you, they can generate leads as well as orders for you, and they can be used for distributor or retailer. So regular B2B ordering is something that can also be used, right? So far we have understood more textually. Let's understand this with examples. So I'll just uh, stop the screen share and we will quickly switch our tab and we'll go to another browser window, and this is where I have opened like a number of examples, 15, 20 of them, so that you can understand uh, the digital catalog or the variety of digital catalogs that can be created in a much better way. So, and I have deliberately opened few of the websites which are more B2C, so that you can understand, because this is something which most of us in this today's day and age, most of us do online shopping. So this is something that we all can relate to. So that's why I thought of starting from familiar grounds. So this is an example of the digital catalog that you're looking at, and this is where you can see the products are displayed here. Now, if there is international buyer, they can come here, they can review the product, and they can place an order. We have another example, and this is where again they can come and they can review the product and they can place an order. So these are examples of digital catalogs for B2C or D2C, and these are not just limited to India, that the domestic buyers, international buyers can also come and they can also place an order, right? So these are wherein you are generating what? You are generating orders through your digital catalog. So this is one type of digital catalog that you can create. Now, many exporters, especially in industrial product category or agri product category, right? So it is not practically possible for you guys to receive orders, but you can receive inquiries, right? So there is a international buyer who is wanting to import, let's say, uh, 10 tons of rice. So you can support that, or someone is wanting to buy electrical motors for their factories, you can do that, but you need to understand how many units they want, what are the specifications, etc., etc., and then based on that you can share a quotation. So in that case, this kind of an experience is not suitable, right? So you need a experience where the person can send you an inquiry that, hey, we are interested in this particular product, can you please share a quotation, something like that. So this is an example of where the digital catalog is helping you generate inquiry, right? So this is a digital catalog and it is an industrial product. I will just quickly show you the product or the experience which is different here. So this is where you can see this request quotation, or if I can show you another example, this again, sorry, I almost felt like sneezing. So this is another example. This is another hardcore industrial product. These are used for polymer manufacturing. So this is where again you can see the interaction is totally different. Here we had add to cart and buy now, and this is where it is send inquiry. So this is where what is happening. A prospective buyer, international buyer, when they are interested to do business with you, they are coming here and they are sending you an inquiry that, hey, we are interested to do business with you. So this is another type of digital catalog or another type of interaction that you can have on your digital catalog. Now, there may be uh, participants, or may be businesses who are interested to do both, right? So at one end, they want to receive orders from retail customers who are wanting to buy for their personal consumption. At the other end, they want to receive inquiries from bulk buyers or international buyers. In that case, can that be done? Certainly, it can be done. So this is an example wherein I'm showing to you that both are possible on the same digital catalog, right? So here you can see the interaction is combination of the both, right? So here we have add to cart. So if I am a retail customer and I want to buy this product for my personal consumption, I can do that. And if there is a bulk buyer who are wanting to get into a contract manufacturing, or they want to buy this product in bulk, they can send them an inquiry that, hey, we are interested to buy this product in bulk, and then they can take the discussion forward. So that is the third type of digital catalog that you can create. There is a fourth type as well, and this is where we are like moving little away from export, but this is where I think we can take spare few seconds to just understand about this fourth type of digital catalog. It is typically used in domestic bulk retailing. So this is typically used by businesses that have regular bulk buyers, but it also has a utilization in export, and I'll explain that utilization at a later stage. Before uh, let me first explain the how this is different, or how this variation of digital commerce work. So if you look at this website, and in fact, if I can take you to one of the product pages as well, you'll see that it looks like a typical e-commerce website, right? So as a potential customer, I can come here, I can review the product, and I can place an order, right? So all that is happening here. So there is no bulk thing looking here or appearing here, right? On the face of it, there's nothing like there's no bulk inquiry or anything which is visible here, right? So here on the top here, it is seeing that already a distributor, trade partner, click here or sign up. Now, imagine, and this particular supplier or this particular digital catalog that you're looking at is someone who is a leading manufacturer of premixes, which are used for coffee or tea vending machines or soup vending machines for that matter, across cafeterias, hospitals, airports, etc. Now, imagine if I'm a business owner and I operate cafeterias at hospitals or airports, etc., and I constantly buy or I constantly need these premixes. Now, instead of just waiting for the salesperson to visit my place and take the order, or to call up the salesperson, explain them what all I want, I can get empaneled with them. So I can just simply come here and fill up this form, and then I can request for empanelment, and then their representative can connect with me. They can understand my requirement, the volume, etc., and the price discussion can happen. What this special discount I'll get on the bulk buying, and then once all that negotiation is done, they can onboard me. Once I'm onboarded, I can simply come here and I can input my number and I can do a secured login. And I can log in, and then whenever I have a requirement, I can place an order. In fact, I can even have my cafeteria managers onboarded, and they can place a order whenever there's a requirement, right? So this is where all that hassle or the manual work which is required in the order processing, all that is simplified. It is all digitized. Now, even there are concepts like credit period, so I can have the possibility of making a payment after 15 days or 20 days. All that is also taken care in the system. So that is the fourth variation of digital catalog which you can create. But as I mentioned, that it has a utility or use in export as well. So, what is that use or utility? So, especially exporters who are from the trade where there is a possibility of their designs or their styles, etc., getting stolen. For example, in garment or apparel sector, they have this genuine fear and concern that our latest collection, if we display it on the website, there is a possibility that it can get copied. How do you prevent that? So that's where you can use this field. You can onboard your trusted international buyers onto the website once you have done the due diligence and you know that it is a trusted buyer. So you can onboard them, and then when they do the secured login, only then they can see the latest collection. Otherwise, they cannot see, or no one can see your latest collection. So that is the utilization of this capability in the export business as well. There are a few more examples which I have open here. So I'll just quickly show you. This is a hospital equipment exporter. This is something that we have already seen. This is a ceramic tile exporter. This personal care items. This is wigs, and then we have fire safety equipment, and then uh, we have someone in decorative items. This is uh, your towels and bed linen. Then we have agri product exporters, right? So, and this is a papad and namkeen manufacturer. This is again agri product related equipment. So these are all exporters, and you're looking at their digital catalogs, right? So I am hoping and imagining that the concept of digital catalog is fairly clear with everyone. All right, so this is where we are now going to proceed ahead. Now, I can still see there's someone in the chat commenting that they cannot see the screen. I am not sure everything is working fine from my side. There seems to be an issue at your end, so you can log out and join back again in case you're having that issue. Right. So there are other participants who are confirming that they can see the screen. So it means there's some issue with your end. So you can drop out and join back again. That should fix the issue. All right. So this is where we now have Indian Business Portal. Already, I have explained a little bit about Indian Business Portal, but this is where let me just quickly explain it in a minute. So, Indian Business Portal, as you already know, is a platform which is created by the Federation of All India Export Organization, which is a premier export promotion body by the government of India, and GlobalLinker, which is a business networking and digitization enablement platform to help Indian exporters grow their business. How does Indian Business Portal help? Actually, how does it help? So this is where you come. If you come, you can do it right now. Also, you can see there are Indian exporters who are showcasing their products. You can go through various categorizations, etc., and you can see the product offering is here. So this is where it is clear, just looking at the platform, it is clear that Indian exporters are coming here and they are showcasing what they're offering, etc. All their details are here. Now, how does it helps you as an exporter? So here, international buyers are coming. They are being brought here by the efforts of FIO. So not just digital marketing efforts. In addition to that, there are various other initiatives which are underway through various trade commission, embassies, etc., wherein all these international trade buyers. In addition to that, we all know FIO actively organizes various exhibitions. So there's a very vast international buyer database which is also available. So all those international buyers are also invited to come and connect with the Indian exporters on Indian business portal. So international buyers are coming here and they are then either directly interacting with you. So there is a direct interaction which is possible wherein they can directly identify you as a very good or suitable exporter from India, and they are directly getting into a business transaction or business discussion with you. So that is one way which can happen. The second is they can request for quotation. So there is a very elaborate request for quotation feature which is available, which they can consider using. So there are two ways, and I'll just quickly take you through this because this is where a lot of people are curious that how does it happen? So let me firstly explain the first method wherein they are going to directly interact with you. Now, for the benefit of time, what I've done is I've just opened one of the exporters product. Here we have one of the exporters product, and they are a brass figurine manufacturer. Now, just imagine that I am a international buyer and I'm looking for a brass figurine manufacturer from India or exporter from India. So I come across this product. It looks interesting. So I want to understand more about this particular exporter. Although if I want, I can click on contact seller. I can straight away send a message that, hey, we are interested to do business with you and you can let me know what are your prices, etc. Right? I can do that, but understand the person is sitting like thousands of kilometers away. Obviously, they want to understand more before we take any step further because everyone has that uncertainty. Everyone is cautious, right? So they would want to fulfill that curiosity in them that this is a genuine business, right? So everyone wants to be certain to a certain extent, right? So they would click on the name of the supplier and which will open the profile page. So this is where you are not just showcasing the product offerings that you have, you are also part. So you also have a profile on Indian Business Portal. This is this exporters profile that I'm showing to you here. Now here, if we come, this is where you can see the all the products which are there. So their entire catalog you can see as such is visible here. So we can look at all their products. We will not be spending uh, a lot more time just looking at the products. So you can understand that their entire catalog. And when you join here, your digital catalog will also be totally displayed here. All right. So this is where the catalog is displayed. Now I want to understand more about this business, right? Where are they located? When did they start doing the business? Have they exported or not? And to satisfy that curiosity or that requirement for information, we have a about us section also on Indian Business Portal. Now, this about us is not about Indian Business Portal, but about this particular exporter. And here you can see they have added certain information. They started their business in 1994 and they have already exported to a number of countries. The list is here. So, uh, as a international buyer, I can satisfy myself that it is a genuine business, that is it is a actual genuine business based out of India, right? So that curiosity or that concern which they may have, it is satisfied to a certain extent. In addition to that, you can see there is an option to display register come membership certificate. So that is also displayed here. So if I want to be further uh, evaluating them to ensure that it is a genuine business, I can also do that, right? So that's about satisfying that curiosity or satisfying that credibility doubt that an international buyer may have so that they know more about this particular business. Now, coming back to the original point that we came here to understand, that if a direct interaction has to happen, how will it happen? So it can happen through multiple ways, and I'll show to them or explain to them in the order of popularity. The first one, and which is the most popular one, is request for meeting, which you can see here. So similar to how we are meeting here today digitally, similar to that, international buyer can schedule a meeting with you, and uh, they can connect with you digitally, and they can explain to you what are their requirements, and you can explain about your business offering, and you can take the discussion forward. So that is the request meeting feature, which is the most popular. Now, in case you're wondering on which platform will the meeting happen, so it is up to buyer and you to decide which platform you would want to use, Zoom or Google Meet or anything else. So you can do that, right? So it is where we are not pushing or proposing that you have to do the meeting only on this platform, nothing like that. So that is one of the medium which is available. Now, the second medium which they can use is this contact seller, which they can see here. So they can click on it and they can send you a message that, hey, we are interested to do business with you. And you'll have their contact details as well, and you can respond back. Now, how will you get this message? You'll get this message in form of an email, which will come to your registered email ID. In addition to that, you will also have this details in the control panel of your digital catalog. So it will also get added there. Then the third method, which is visit store, and this is something which they would be certainly doing. They will be certainly visiting your digital catalog. Then this is the digital catalog with this particular exporter. Now you can see the contact details of the digital of this exporter are also visible here. You may choose to hide the contact number. That is optional. If you want to display, you can do that. If you want to hide, you can do that. But the email ID is obviously there. So if they want, they can also directly contact you. So they can directly call you, or they can drop you an email that we are interested to do business with you. So this was the first method, which they are in which they are directly contacting or directly interacting with you. Now, related to this particular method, a lot of time people have asked me this question that how does this thing happen, right? So you showed to us that this is where they'll go and they'll do that, right? So that was the process. But does that actually happen, or you control those leads, you consolidate them somehow, and then you pass them on to the people who have bought some premium package from you or who have paid something to you? Nothing of that sort happens on Indian Business Portal. This is a platform which is created to promote Indian export, and this is where the placement or the priority is given on the basis of performance, right? So this is where, again, I'm clarifying that we don't control or we don't throttle the leads. There is no paid subscription, anything available wherein you can subscribe and you can get a package of 50 leads or 100 leads per month. Nothing of that sort is there. Your performance or your ranking on Indian Business Portal depends on your performance. So how good is the product information that you have added, how rich is the product information that you have added, how actively you're accessing the platform, how actively you're responding to leads or inquiries or messages that are coming. That will determine your positioning on the platform. All right. So that is something that I thought of clarifying. So that is about Indian Business Portal and the first method which is there. The second method is request for quotation. This is where you can see post buying requirement. And if we scroll down here, this is where you can see there are a number of buying requirements. Many of them are closed. I'm not sure if there's any which is open right now. So it is getting opened up. Yeah, so there are a few which are still open. So you can review and submit. So this is where what a international buyer is doing. They are going and submitting their request. So instead of going through the website and searching and identifying the potential exporters, right? So instead of doing all that hard work, sometime international buyer choose this option, and this is where they just share that this is what we are looking at, and then Indian exporters can respond back. Now, many people have commented this, or they have shared this observation that don't you think the number of leads which are visible here is little less? Yes, it is, and we are working on expanding that, but it is also less for one another reason, and that the reason is that FIO from their side, they do due diligence of the leads which are getting showcased here. So, right, so there is a filtration which happens, and because of that extensive filtration process, the inflow gets restricted. So there is already work underway on increasing the volume and also making that filtration process more efficient so that more and more leads can be passed on. All right. So that is another method which is available. Now, as an exporter, how do you use this method? So this is where you can click on view all, and you can see the open leads which are there. So request for quotation leads I'm referring to. So this is where you can see there are a few leads. So this is a jersey knitted wear fabric from so this is open. So uh, this is last date is 3rd of March. So you can come here, click on it, and you can submit your quotation, and then international buyer will decide whether they would want to do business with you or not. If they have decided that they would want to do business with you, you will get a uh, contact, or you will get a call or email from their side. All right. So these were the two popular methods which are there. And this is something we had spent a little more time to understand these methods, because that is also the agenda for today's discussion, that how will you connect with international buyers on Indian business portal. So that is something that we have understood. Now, this is where for few brief moments, we will step aside to another topic, and that is how do you join Indian Business Portal? Because by now, I can imagine that many of you are extremely excited and interested to join Indian Business Portal. So, how do you join Indian Business Portal? So, for that, let me quickly explain the process. We'll not be going into the very detailed stuff. We will very quickly understand that. Right. So, the first step is to open the website Indian Business Portal, and on the top itself you'll see sell on Indian Business Portal, register as Indian exporter. Just click on that and this page will open up. This is the page which opens up on the click. Now here, don't click on create your catalog, not now. Scroll down and you'll see there is this section which says frequently asked question, right? Now, this is important. I want you all to note this down. That you have to go to this section which says frequently asked question, and it has the first question: how do I link my business with Indian Business Portal? Now, in this question, you will see there are various steps. So, in one of the step, which is step number 2, you'll see two words are highlighted in blue color, which says tutorial video. Just click on that and a YouTube video will open up. This is the YouTube video which will open up. So this is the video where we have explained the entire process. It is a fairly detailed video, about half an hour video. So if you have time, then I would recommend that you should go through the video. It will help you understand what are the steps and what all information is required from your side to go through and create your digital catalog. So review this video in case time is not available and you would want to do it very quickly, because in today's day and age, many of us wants to do things instantly. So in that case, you can just keep the video open alongside, so that at any given point of time, if you are feeling confused, you can refer back to the video and it will help you understand the entire process in a better way. Right. So this is the video. I'll also share the link of this video in the chat with everyone. So don't worry about the link. Now, this is where sometimes people have asked me that, hey, our English is not that good. Is there a possibility that you can create this video in Hindi as well? Yes, certainly we have done that. So there is a Hindi version also available, and the link of that particular video is in the description. So this video, which will open on by clicking on the tutorial video, is certainly in English. But if you go to the description of that video, you'll find the link to the Hindi video. It is the same video in Hindi language. So you can review this video in Hindi as well in case you're not very comfortable with English, right? So this is the video that you have to follow. Just follow the step-by-step process and you will be able to create your digital catalog. We will not be going through the video because it is already there. The steps are already detailed in the video, so we'll not be going there. But once you have created your digital catalog, then what next you should do? So for that, very quickly, I'm going to take you to a demonstration account, to a demonstration store, so that you can understand the rest of the steps. So once you have completed that journey, which is highlighted in the video. So once you have completed this journey, which is highlighted in this video, once you have gone through all the steps which are there in the video, then you have to do few more things. What are those things? So the obvious one is to upload your remaining product or services, because as part of the store creation or the digital catalog creation journey, you're just adding one product, right? So this one. So you just have to add one. So now the obvious next step is to add the remaining one. Once you have added the remaining product or services, then you can navigate to store settings. And so this is where you'll see store settings, and then you have store details. Click on that, and then we have about your export. So this page is also extremely important. So if you recall the exporters profile, which I showed to you, this is where we have the exporters profile, and you recall the about us section. So all that section is populated from here, from about our export. So this where you have to specify whether you're a FIO member or not, what is your IC code, legal entity type, and did you start your business operations type, whether you're a manufacturer or you are just a merchant or you're both. You can do that. And then you have whether you're MSME, export turnover for previous 3 years, countries you have already exported to, countries you would like to export to, number of employees in case you have license or certificate. And certainly, I'm believing you already have certain license certificate. You should add them. That will help increase trust on the platform. And then you have uh, sections to add why should someone do business with you. So just add information there. And lastly, you have to specify what type of proposals you are interested in. So that is the second step. So first is uploading products, second is completing this step. After you have done that, yeah, then you can go to the my store, and this where you can do a little beautification as well, because understand, product upload is one part. So if you have uploaded your product information properly, certainly your business will get listed on Indian Business Portal. But as you saw, international buyers will certainly be visiting your digital catalog, and that is where if they see that your digital catalog is not very professional looking, in that case, they may not decide, or they may decide not to move ahead with you, right? So that's where it is important that you also have a professional looking website. So that's where you can use the theme and store preview features, and you upload banners and make it look professional. We have tutorial videos available on our YouTube channel. You can review those videos and you can understand this process. All right, so this is the third step. Now, once you have done all that, once you are confident now my digital catalog is looking nice, and now let's list it or link it with Indian Business Portal. So that's where now you have to come to the home section of your control panel, seller panel. You can open that by clicking on this button which says home. And here you'll see link your store and sell on Indian Business Portal. You have to click on send request button, which will open this overlay. On this overlay, there are two sides. One is the left side and the right side. So before clicking on submit or before submitting the request, I will strongly advise that you should watch this video. In this video, we have listed out the mistakes which can prevent your business from being showcased on Indian Business Portal. So please do watch this video. And once you have satisfied yourself that, hey, there are absolutely no mistakes or no issues with my digital catalog, then you can complete the formalities on the right side. So that's where you'll see the store URL, store name, and the IC codes are pre-populated. In case you haven't added the IC, you can do that. IEC is mandatory for showcasing products on Indian Business Portal, and then you have to specify whether you're a PO member or not. Lastly, you have to agree the terms, and then you have to click on submit, which will link your or which will submit a request to the operations team to review your digital catalog and then link it with Indian Business Portal. Now, unless you submit this request, operations team will not know that you want to be part of Indian Business Portal, right? So it is extremely important, extremely crucial that you are submitting this request. So submitting this request once you have completed the setup of your digital catalog is extremely important. Don't forget to do the steps. And once you have done, that's where the ops team will review it. And if everything goes okay, your products will start appearing on Indian Business Portal. So that is the process. Now, if you recall the presentation which I showed to you earlier, so that was the third element as well, the business networking or the business community side. So this is the business community side. This is where you can find the layout very familiar. So this is where you can see there are various business owners who are coming here and they can sharing information about the product or services they are offering. So this is where you can connect and network with various business owners from more than 150 countries. How can you do that? So there are two options available. One is the search feature. So for example, you are looking for someone in footwear business. So you can come here and you can start searching and you can see there are various companies and you can filter them by location. I think the company is still loading up. Yeah. So this is where you can see that there are various companies. You can filter them by location and you can start connecting with them. So this is one thing which is available. Second is you can go to add connections section, and that is where you can again filter by country and by industry or sub industry, and you can start networking with them. So this is where you can go and you can start networking, you can start connecting with international businesses, try to understand if they have a requirement, and then if they have a requirement for your product offering, then you can take the discussion forward, right? So this is the third part of the ecosystem which I strongly recommend that you should also utilize or you should also work on, because this is where you can do the pull activity or you can do the push activity. The other two are the pull activity. This is where you are pushing, you are actively reaching out and understanding the business requirements or import requirements and then offering your product or services, right? So this is where I will stop the screen share and we'll break into the question answer round. So if there is anything which is not very clear to you or if you would want to understand anything, you can add that to the Q&A. So I will firstly add the links of the video. So there are a few videos that I talked about in today's webinar. So I'll just, sorry, my throat seems to be giving up. So I've added the links of the three videos in the chat. And I'm also going to share my contact details once again in the chat. So in case any one of you would want to connect with me on a personal level, or if you want to seek help or assistance, you can please feel free to connect and interact with me. I am also going to share the email ID and contact number of our help desk. And just a quick second, let me also share the contact number. Apologies, I have a really bad throat and it is now almost giving up. So let's begin the question answer. So we will quickly go through the question answers. The first thing that I can see in the Q&A is from Mr. Ratandeep. Thank you, Ratandeep ji. I hope you found the session informative. Second question is from Shikhaji. Wanted the video link. So video links, if you wanted the tutorial video links, so those are available here in the chat. I've already shared them. Or otherwise, you can go to our YouTube channel. That's where you'll find the video links. In case you want to understand or you want to inquire that will you get the recording of this webinar. So yes, we will be emailing the recording of today's webinar also to all the participants who are joining us here today. Next question, I can see the name initials are NN. User wants to understand the login for Indian Mills Portal and FIO are the same. Yes, certainly it is. Those are like two different doorways. So you can either go from FIO GlobalLinker or you can go from Indian Mills Portal. Those are like two different doorways. You are entering the same solution. Next is a very a little long question, and this is a suggestion as well. So, Deepika ji, this is where on the community platform which I showcased towards the end of the webinar, that is where you have a groups feature, so you can join various interest-based or industry-based groups, and that's where you can connect a network. Now, the digital catalog, you also talked about logistics, so the digital catalog which uh, you are creating comes pre-integrated, but with the logistic and payment solution, but they are more for the B2C type of interaction. But there are B2B logistic operators also there on the platform. You can certainly connect with them and network and uh, do the business with them. Next question again from NN. Do I have to be a FIO member to join Indian Business Portal? The answer is no, you don't have to be a FIO member to join Indian Business Portal. The only requirement for joining Indian Business Portal is IEC code. So if you have an IEC code, you can join Indian Business Portal. Next question from Ratandeep ji. So, Ratandeep ji, if you can email me your profile or the digital catalog that you have created, I'm just sharing my email ID with you. So, if you can drop me an email, let me review it and I can get back to you because there can be a scenario that there are gaps, and because of that, international buyers are not noticing you, you're not getting discovered. So that's why drop me an email, we'll review it and we'll get back to you with our suggestions for improvement or how to bridge this gap. Uh, Now, next question, I'm not going to say who has asked this question, but this is something which gets frequently asked. So this is something which I would want to share with everyone. Now, this is where a lot of time people ask us that can we get contact details of international buyers and we can start approaching them directly. So this is where even in the RFQ process, which I showed to you, this is where we understand and appreciate the privacy concerns of international buyers. And until they explicitly say that, hey, you can share our contact details with Indian exporters, we don't share that. Because imagine getting hundreds of calls and inquiries every day from potential exporters in India will be very overwhelming. So that is where we totally understand and appreciate international buyers with privacy. So that is where their contact details are not shared unless have specifically asked us that, hey, we have finalized this exporter or these exporters we have finalized. We would want to take the discussion forward. Can you share our contact details with them so that they can connect with us? So unless they have specifically asked us, we don't share their contact details, right? Next question, how can we directly connect with international buyers? You can do the business networking activity, which I explained to you, and that's where you can connect with international buyers. Next question is from Mr. Hirsch, wants to understand how can I post products from multiple sectors. Mr. Hirsch, absolutely, there is no issue. On the same digital catalog, on the same website, you can have products from multiple categories and we can showcase, or there are many merchant exporters who deal in very varied categories and they created their digital catalog. So absolutely, there's no issue with that. Next question is from Mr. Vivek Sethia. Vivek ji, again, I will share my contact details with you. So if you can drop me an email with your link of your digital catalog, I can review it and I can get back to you with my suggestions. Or I can have the operations team review it and get back to you in terms of if there are any challenges or gaps. Pankaj Arora ji, your question is not clear to me. So if you can elaborate it further, or you can drop me an email, I can help you uh, with the concern. The question I can read is from Mr. Ashwin Jaggi. So Ashwin ji, I am going to share with you an email ID. It is ibp@fio.org. If you can drop me an email or drop an email on this particular email ID, then if your official will connect with you and they'll be guiding with you with the specific requirement. Next question I can see from Mr. Guru Prasad wants to understand if there is a subscription fee. So as a DIY platform, it is absolutely free for anyone and everyone to join. However, many businesses wants some professional to create this website, right? So I showed you that you have to create a website, you have to create a digital catalog for yourself. Now, many business owners like you, they feel that this is not our cup of tea. We can't take out enough time to learn everything and then create it. So have someone create it for us. So that service is also available. That is a paid service and it is optional. So we are not forcing you or suggesting that you have to take that service. It is entirely your decision. If you want to take, yes, that service is available. It is a paid service. It typically starts somewhere around 30,000 rupees. So if you want to take, you can do that. I will share the link where you can go and you can request for a call back from our expert. So I'll also share the link with everyone. And again, I'm stressing on the fact that it is an optional service, not a mandatory one. Next question from Nori Home. If there is a offline event, yes, FIO keeps organizing offline events from time to time, so you can participate in them if you're a FIO member. Next question from Mr. Vasudev. So, Vasudev ji, I can See, there are two parts from your question that you're looking for uh, specific countries where the product is consumed. So that's where PO also operates another platform called India Trade Portal, where you can go and you can search for countries where their particular product is exported to. So that is something that you can do. Other than that, for your other requirements, I'll suggest that you can drop an email on ibp@fio.org. I'll just chat the email ID to everyone as well, so that you can drop an email and FIO officials can connect back with you to assist you with your question. So, next question from Deepika Verma. So, Deepika ji, if you have already deactivated your account on GlobalLinker, it cannot be reactivated. However, you can sign up again and you can create a new account. Uh, Next question from Kanish Kumar ji. Yes, you can join. I showed you an example of digital catalog. I'm not sure if you were there when I was showing that. So you can join. I showed you an example of Swat products. They are a manufacturer of Bikaneri bhujia and papad, etc. from Bikaner. So they are already there on the platform. So you can certainly join. I can see there's a question about IceGate in the chat. So this is where I mentioned to you, you can drop an email on ibp@fio.org, and if your official will guide you with respect to your query related to IceGate. So next question is from Mr. Jibin George. So, Jibin, what you can do, there are two things which I would suggest that you should do. So one is all the related term or all the popular terms which are used, you should try to incorporate them in the product description. So the most popular term should be in the product title, and all the related terms should be in the product description, so that when the search is happening, whether it is happening on Indian Business Portal or on the Google, your visibility gets improved. Next question is from Mohiji, how to upload products in bulk. So Mohiji, there's a tutorial video available on our YouTube channel. Let me see if I can take out the link and share it with you. Just give me a quick second to do that. So and I think I'll share the link with everyone. I'll just chat the link. So these are two videos that I'm going to share with you. So one is for the normal upload, one product at a time type of upload. But that is also a very interesting video, because this is where we have explained to you how you can use the AI to create the product content. And the second video, which I'm sharing with everyone, is on the bulk upload process, because Moiji wanted to understand the bulk upload process. So that is other video. So all these videos are available on our YouTube channel. I'm just sharing the link for everyone's convenience, and I am also going to chat them to Mohitji so that he also has it in his chat. So both the links are there. Uh, Next question from Mr. Amal. Yes, certainly, Amalji, you can connect with me. I have already shared my email ID. I'll share that once again. Uh, so you can drop me an email with your the link of your online store and what all uh, areas or concerns that you want to get fixed, and I'll get back to you. So certainly, yes, we can do that. Next question I can see, do we get leads from specific region or all over the world? So leads are from all over the world. Next question is from Mr. Rohan. So, Rohanji, this is where I'm not sure if you were part of the entire session. The platform is for both type of businesses. I'm not sure from where did you get this impression that it is for B2C. This is for both type of businesses. Even right now, if you go to Indian Business Portal, majority of businesses which are part of Indian Business Portal, they're all B2B businesses. B2C are also there, but the number of B2C exporters is relatively less as compared to the B2B ones. So yes, yes, certainly you can join that. Next question is from Mr. Hirsch. So Hirschji, few minutes ago, I have shared two links in the chat. So and if you uh, review the link which wherein we have explained how to create the product content using AI tools. That's where we have also spoken about the meta title and description. So you can review that video. Yes. Wonderful. You see, there's a comment in by anonymous attendee. They are interested to join. Yes, certainly you should do that. In case you face any difficulty, you can please feel free to connect with me. Uh, the next question which I'm going to take, and I think that is the last question as well. That is, anonymous attendee has asked that question that how is IBP different from our own website? So the fundamental difference is your own website is your own entity, it is your own intellectual property, right? So the digital catalog that you're creating is also your own intellectual property, and that is where you are showcasing information about your product or service offering, and you can market it yourself. Now that digital catalog then gets linked. So the offering that you have on your digital catalog, it gets linked with Indian Business Portal and it starts appearing there. So Indian Business Portal, you can see it is a window, it is a doorway from where international buyers can see your product and they can connect and network with you. Because understand, creating a website is relatively simpler, and I can imagine a lot of you have already done that. But actually generating business out of it, that is where a lot of businesses struggle, right? So and that is a real thing. So how Indian Business Portal helps is that when you're creating your digital presence, it opens a doorway for you. It opens a area of opportunity where international buyers are there and they can discover you. So it increases your discoverability on the internet. It increases the uh, possibility of your business getting discovered on the internet. So that's what Indian Business Portal do, right? Now, there is a hidden second question also in your comment. That is, can we use our own website, our own existing website, and link that with Indian Business Portal? The answer is no, you cannot do that. You have to create the website or the digital catalog on the platform using the process that I explained to you. Why are we making you do the effort when you already have a website? Because understand everyone has created the website based on their own taste and their requirement, and the structure in which the data is displayed on the website is very, very different, right? So it will become a very big khichdi if we or a very big mess if we uh, go that route. So in order to ensure the consistency and in order to have the best quality information on Indian Business Portal, that's where all the participants have to create their little catalog on the platform. All right. So that was the question. There are a bunch of thank you messages from the participants. I'm glad that you found the session informative. Next question is from Rajesh G. Wants to understand what type of certificates. So I would recommend any and all certificates that you have, upload all of them. The more you have, the more credibility you will get. Uh, the last question, which I can read, is about getting the recording. So this is where again sharing for everyone's reference that you will all get the recording of today's session on the email ID which you have used to join today's session. So you'll all get the recording. No worries on that, and you can go and review back the recording. I can see there are a few questions in the chat as well. So first question. Next question, which I can read, is from Mr. Tarun Sharma. What is difference between India Trade Portal and Indian Business Portal? Very good question. So the difference is of the objective. India Trade Portal is a information website, whereas India Business Portal is a business promotion website or a digital discovery platform, which helps Indian exporters discovered by international buyers on the World Wide Web. So that is the difference between India Trade Portal and India Business Portal, Indian Business Portal, to be more precise. All right, so this is where I think there are no more questions. So we'll conclude this session for today. Thank you, everyone, for taking our time and participating in this session. Have a wonderful evening ahead. And as I often share in my webinar, so this is not the end. This is the start of a very long relationship. So I look forward to connecting with you on a personal level and also in these webinars or training workshops. So I look forward to meeting you again. But for now, we'll be closing this.